Well, hello folks, this is video one. Trying my own YouTube channel. Been watching all the other ones for so long. And I used to have a big, huge shop, in the city on our property, 30 by 60 with 10-foot ceilings. And then we downsized to this 2-car garage for myself because the wife wanted to have horses. So we now own an acreage. And we got a couple of those out there, which I put all that together last year when we moved in. Big hay barn there, made out of tin and a metal carport shed, and then this is a basic horse stall. That's all electric fence. That's actually an outdoor sand well, keeping water for the horses all year. We have heat lamps in there to keep it warm because it's pretty damn cold out there. Anyhow, interior wise, I keep some basic tools still. Got my Lincoln MIGPAC 180. It's been a great welder. I started off actually with this old Princess Auto flux cord welder. It didn't take long before I wanted to jump up to a gas welder, and that's done me well over restoring probably 30 cars over 20 years. Have a oxyacetylene, can't go without a heat wrench sometimes. Just replaced wheel bearing on my 2006 Ford truck, and definitely came in handy to get that apart. I did a few things in the past. I got my garage in Carcraft magazine. They used to do this thing called This Guy's Garage, and I had my garage featured in that. Sorry about the reflection there. And nowadays I just have a 2001 Porsche Boxster. I used to have this beautiful 67 Galaxy that I restored. We had that for about 15 years. I just traded it off on an old man's car, the Mercedes CLK 500. It certainly doesn't turn heads the way the Galaxy does, or did, but it's time for somebody else to enjoy it, and I can just have a car that runs well and does well. I befriended the vice president of Benpack Lifts years ago, and gave me a great deal on a lift, which I used and promoted for years. And they also carried these Ranger toolboxes, which was a great box. It did me well. I keep all my sockets and wrenches up there, a few small things, and then of course your basics, drawer full of screwdrivers, all my electrical stuff, or electrical that. Good selection of pliers, and then half-inch socket set. That's key for a lot of stuff, working on American cars especially. All my Torx and hex keys, punches and dies. Good selection of that kind of stuff in there. Specialty tools, and then here's more on the electrical compression engine side. I did a lot of engine rebuilding. I have the entire suite of tools to rebuild and hone an engine, etc. On the bottom box, we have our assortment of wrenches, gear wrenches, ratcheting bent wrenches, your standard stuff like that. Here's your torque wrenches and breaker bars. Selection of hammers. That's probably about half or less of them. I have an entire other box dedicated more to body work, because that's what I specialized in for years. Body work and restoring cars. A lot of show cars, close to show cars, very nice drivers. Some of my vice grips. That's just a very small selection of my vice grips. Air tools, everything from body saw to air ratchet, grinders, sanders, punchers, things like that. These would be all some of my brake tools. I also have a separate kit just for brakes that I can grab and bring it to the car and have everything sort of in one box. I like to have that. Some of my specialty kits, stud sockets, and bent wrenches. Some more things, stud extractors, a lot of my files, etc. This is a really handy tool to have. It's the impact driver set. Whenever something's stuck, you put that on it and hit it with the hammer. forces the bit down into the screw or fastener while it's turning at the same time. It's gotten me out of a lot of jams, and if that doesn't work, of course, then you're back to the heat wrench, oxyacetylene tank. 1/4-inch socket sets, handy for all the small stuff. Some of these things I bought at yard sales. Look at this old beauty of a set, $5. Let's see if I can open that with one hand. There you go. Nice little set. Quality stuff. This is actually my dad's box. My dad was a body man. He owned a body shop in Vancouver, and this is an original snap-on box. Here, I'll move these helmets here, snowmobile helmets, out of the way for a second. And here's the actual original property of, that's my dad, Ulrich Danneberg. And then of course, this is a race car I built for my now wife when she was my girlfriend. We raced that in Vancouver. And this is my old box. Like I say, mostly bodywork stuff, a lot of heavy tools, hammers and stuff like that. Here's all the dollies, nothing but bodywork, hammers, dollies, files, things to backing up for hammering on. In here, whole set, another set of vice grips. Whenever you're doing panel work, you need a lot of vice grips, of course.